Hello and welcome back to Fatherhood Unscripted. It is February 27th, 2/27/24. It's going by real quick this year. And it is I, Alec, and your boy DJ as usual. And we hope you've had an amazing week. It's been a fun week for us. How you doing, bud?
Good. As Alex said, it is February 27th. Tomorrow is February 28th. That's how dates go. Uh, but
Usually, yeah.
tomorrow is, yeah, usually, it follows. Anyways, wow, where was my brain of thought?
Something special is happening tomorrow is where he's trying to get.
Tomorrow is Jasmine and I's anniversary, our 9-year wedding anniversary. So time
Nice.
definitely has flown by. We got to spend a little alone time, which hasn't happened since we've had the twins. Not like we've gone on dates. It's just not one night away.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got to do that, and it was nice. It was nice just to relax and get to watch a movie. The next morning, we still woke up early because our kids get us up early, and our bodies are just at that point where there is no sleeping in. It's our internal alarm clock. And so but that's life at the Clendenins. How about for you?
Same thing per usual. I mean, we're getting back to a normal week just because the kids had. I don't know how your school district works, but the one here the kids go to is they had Lincoln's birthday off and they had President's Day off, which is Washington's birthday, or maybe it's the other way around. So they had 2 3-day weekends back to back. And so this weekend or this Monday was just normal. So me and Karina did get to go out for a little bit by ourselves, which is kind of our date day on Mondays because she's off. So we went to North Cape Market, I think it's what it's called. It's like a Mexican, Hispanic, like marketplace. They sell food and just like a grocery store slash cafe, weird place. Anyways, you can get a bunch of cool stuff there. So we went and got some tacos and a mulita. And then if you haven't tried it, Agua Fresca, there's this place there, and they have rompope, which is, I found out, is Mexican eggnog. And they sell it all year round. And if for all you listeners, if you don't know, I have a very unhealthy addiction to eggnog. Like every year, I make myself sick drinking too much eggnog. So finding that was pretty cool, and it doesn't make me like as sick as eggnog. I guess it's pretty sweet, but it doesn't make me as sick. But it just like you were saying, that connection and getting to spend some time with Karina was awesome because we haven't had that. We did go to a marriage conference, sorry, 2 weeks ago, and that's been the first time since we moved to California that we actually had a babysitter here in California for the kids. And so we had a little bit of time with that. Got to go hang out with some friends, Pastor Joe, who was on the podcast a couple weeks ago. And so there's been a couple times last week we've actually had that quality time together without the kids. And the kids are always like, oh, well, why can't I go with you? You know what? Because you can't. I need time away from you. I love you, and I'll spend time with you, but I need time with your mother, which is more, it's not more important, but it is very important to spend that time with your spouse. No.
Could not agree more. Quality time is something that, with technology, and we're going to dive into this today, but it's become something that's kind of like more rare, I guess would be the word, how I would describe it. Because when you're having alone time with somebody, it's usually you're thinking about, okay, I've already gotten all this stuff done. I still need to go grocery shopping. I need to get this, and this. Like your brain is constantly thinking, what's next? What do I need to do after I have this time with somebody? Or if you work remote like I do, a lot of it is emails are coming in, text messages from the boss are coming in. And don't get me wrong, I've set boundaries and I continue to set those boundaries, but it's easy just to hop on the email, even though I'm quote unquote off for the day, just to get something done and ahead of time before I jump into it tomorrow. But we got to find where we can put the phones away and actually pay attention to the moment,
Mm-hmm.
because that moment will never happen again.
Yep.
You realize you get one chance with it. And when you start to think about it this way, you get one chance in this moment to make it one hell of a moment. And if you blow it, you blow it. Like, your kid is only going to be this age today. Tomorrow, they're going to be a day older. And as Alec also said, we're February 27th. This year has flown by.
Mm-hmm.
You blink. Anybody who has kids, you don't realize how fast time flies until you have kids, because you watch them grow. And you blink, and they go from this little baby, which I have a picture of Nate. I think he's about 1 here. He's painting me. I have also up, I'm pointing to it. If you're going to watch if you watch our YouTube videos, I'm pointing to my dad joke champion sign that I have. Anyways, he's in a bathtub painting, and it's cute. It's a little thing that Jasmine had done for Father's Day for me. But I remember when he was that little, and I blink and he's almost 4.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where does the time go? And we can talk about it in days, right? Tomorrow they're a day older, but tomorrow turns to next year. You do realize, like, you get into a habit of not taking advantage of moments. That's how fast it goes. And you realize you just missed out on a year's worth of moments, all because you couldn't put the phone down, all because you couldn't put whatever you were thinking about out of your brain so that you could focus on this.
Yep. And I know some people are going to say, like, oh, well, you work from home and you have all this time with your family, and like you should be able to say anything. But like when you work from home, you're still working. And especially DJ, he works his freaking butt off, and he spends a lot of time in the closet. And so you have to find, even if you are working from home, you have to find those moments. Like DJ takes breaks throughout the day, and they go to the park or they go do stuff. And so taking that time instead of just staring at a computer screen or your phone all day is very important. And me and DJ talked about this a little bit ago. Even if you're at a restaurant or you're going out to dinner, even if you're sitting at home having dinner with your family, the moment your phone comes out, that tells everyone around your table that that phone is more important than them, and that you're going to go to that before you talk to them or show them attention. So if you're eating or spending time with your family, keep the phone away, keep it off. Pastor Joe talks about his Sabbath, and he takes Friday and he has it so no one can get in touch with him on Fridays. And it's his family time, and it's solely devoted to his family. And so if I do social media for the church, so if I try and get a hold of him, there's nothing that's going to get through to him on Fridays. And so taking even just a day, Saturday, Sunday, whatever your day off is, and spending it solely with your family is very important. Like our day, we go to church now on Sundays, but our day is Sunday because Karina has it off. The kids are off. I'm home. So we go and we do things. We go to LA, we go drive, we go camp, something. But find that thing or that time with your family that's just for them. Like I've talked about in the past, Saturdays is mine and Micah's and Mia's Minecraft day, where we sit around. The house, it might be dirty, it might be clean, but we sit around and we're going to play Minecraft. And, it might be dumb. It's video games. But like some DJ has said in the past is when your kid comes up to you and says, hey, I want to spend time with you, that's them wanting your time and wanting the love. Some kids want video game time. Some kids want time to read with you. Some kids want to wrestle. Every kid's going to show in different ways, but you need to see that when your kid comes up to you and is asking for dad time, mom time, that is them wanting love and attention and affection.
And hey, look, you're not going to have, like, it's not going to be perfect, but 2, you only have so much time in the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to get errands done. Bills have to get paid. Stuff like that has to, excuse me, I've been dealing with this cough. So I apologize if any of this coughing is
you
in
got
this
the
video
Riz?
or in this recording. I ain't got no Riz, all right? Anyways, back to our regular scheduled broadcast. With that, like, just know, like, you're not gonna you're gonna have to say no at some time, right? Mm-hmm. It's just what it is. But if it could be where they come up to you and they say, and especially for dads, let me just talk to dads for a second. Like, if you're a mom, great. I love you. I'm not trying to exclude you. This actually might be your dynamic. And, if that's the case, then feel free to listen in. But there's a dynamic with dads that kids want to spend time in the way of play.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they come up to you and they're tugging on you and they say, I want to play with you, if you can drop what you're doing and play with them, even if it's for 5-10 minutes, it is literally going to brighten up their day.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see it, like real time. You will see a change in behavior. You'll see a change, because a lot of times kids don't know how to express anything else. Like, they'll throw a tantrum or whatever. They're feeling big emotions. They don't know how to, express themselves fully and communicate to you why they're upset or what they're lacking. But when they get it, like, you just see a noticeable difference. And so I say, like, I want to throw this challenge out to all the dads listening, that if your kid says, Dad, I want to play with you, again, if you can drop what you're doing, you can put your phone away, you can, whatever busy work that you're doing, do it, and do it in a way where your complete focus is only on, I'll use my kid's name as example, it's only on Nate.
Mm-hmm.
It's only on Elijah. It's only on Rylan. Like, it's just them and nothing else. All the thoughts you had, throw them out the door. Something that helps me, and Alec and I have talked about this, but I'll write things down, right? If it's important, I need to do it later, I'll write it down. I have ADHD. I will forget about it, even if it's important. So either I do it now or I write it down to remind myself to do it later. I do that because, just like, if you go to therapy, whatever, they always tell you to write your thoughts down, write things down, do a journal, whatever, because it gets out of here and puts it on paper. And I think in order to clear your brain, and I'm touching my head if you're just listening to the podcast, in order to clear it, you got to write it down. So just write it down, get it out of your way, so you can spend that quality time with your children.
Right. Just come back to it. I mean, tasks in life, yes, they might sometimes have a deadline, but our kids are here and now, and most of the time they're in our face here and now. So take that quality time, because, like DJ said, tomorrow is, well, in a big way, tomorrow is not promised, first off. So you don't know how much time you have left with your family, with your kids. And secondly, it goes by real quick. Like, I'm going on an 8-year-old in next month, and it's gone by super fast. So just, if you're a dad, you're a parent, like how fast thing goes by. If you're a new parent, especially you, like, go into it with spend as much time with your kids as you can. I know parents say that and like, oh yeah, it'll happen, but like, life gets busy, real busy sometimes, and just take that time. It's very important, and it's very important to your children, because you don't want them growing up and being on their own life like, oh, my dad never spent time with me. My dad would do this instead. My dad always was in his room hiding. My dad was always doing this, XYZ, whatever. But you want your kid to be like, no, my dad always had time for me. I could take anything to my dad. I could take anything to my mom. He was always there. I know DJ, your dad was like that. My dad was like that. So, like, be that parent, be a present parent. We've used it in the past, but be a present parent. Be there for your kids, be in the moment. Don't be an afterthought. Don't let your kids be an afterthought. So, but the same thing can go to your wife. We kind of touched on with Pastor Joe, like, hunt your wife. And your wife, if you don't have a spouse, we are speaking to people with spouses, or your girlfriend, wife, whatever. Be there for the person that means most to you, for the people that mean most to you. Friends, if you have close friends, spouses, girlfriends, boyfriends, kids. Make sure you're spending time with those people that mean most to you in your life. I know usually we're a fatherhood podcast, but we can go out and stretch it a little bit. Like, be present in, if you think a relationship is worth having, it's worth putting in time and effort into. because if you're not going to put time and effort, obviously that relationship isn't worth it. So, yeah.
Yep. Alec brought up a good point. When I think about, man, Lord have mercy, this cough is going to be the death of me.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Yeah, let's not put that in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Anyways, when Alex said, how do your kids view you? Like, are they going to view you as an absentee parent who never spent time with them? And that triggered a word for me, and that was legacy. What are you doing now that is going to be how your kids talk about you in the future? And how do you want your kids to show your grandchildren, if they have kids, the good qualities of you? Like, did you show them how to have quality time? Did you show them how to be present? Did you show them how to value relationships? And not just when it's the quote unquote hallmark holidays, Valentine's Day, I only show my wife love on end of our anniversary. Like, no, you should be doing things to blow their socks off every single day. And it doesn't have to be in extravagant purchases. It can be in exactly what we're talking about. And it's that quality time. You just putting everything else aside and you're letting them know my work, my phone, social media, text messages from random people are not more important to you. You are the most important thing in this moment and one of the most important people in my life. And I'm going to give you my full attention. I know it's not easy. It's not meant to be. Relationships are meant to be hard, period. You don't want to work on it, you should not be a part of that relationship.
Yep.
You want to work on it, great, but just know that there's challenges that are going to happen. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's not going to be something that is just easy-go-lucky. Sometimes it will. You have certain skills in life that life has given you. It's going to make some of this easy. Some of it, not so much.
Yep.
And so just do your best every single day. Give it your all. Pour into it. Never leave the day with regret. Like, I wish I would have done it like this. Or I wish I would have done it. Reflect. I'm not saying don't reflect. Reflect on how you can do it better tomorrow. But do not sit with regret of what could have been if you would have done it. And so, yeah, I just wanted to leave that legacy. Guys, what are we doing today that our kids are going to remember for the rest of their lives? They're going to talk to their friends about. They're going to talk to maybe, like I said, grandkids, maybe great-grandkids. Like, you want it to be positive. You don't want them to hold all of this baggage of life and like they haven't even got a chance to even try life out.
Right. So. Excuse me. Yeah. And just think of it like that. Like DJ said, legacy, what are you leading for your kids and grandkids? And just think about it too, like in 100 years from now, 200 years from now, no one's going to remember you. You're just going to be dirt. And what you do now is going to affect now. It might affect, 50, 60 years from now and that next generation. But one day, someone's going to say your name for the last time. And it's going to be, how long are you going to be remembered? And not spending time with people and not just keeping yourself. Like, people aren't going to remember, he spent this many hours at his job. It's going to be like, he was an amazing dad. He was amazing this. He was amazing that. So just think about what you want to remember for and how you want people to remember you and who you want to remember you. So just think about those kind of things too. Yeah, legacy is, I like that. What is your legacy going to be?
What is your legacy going to be? And something that'll help you shape that and form that is, Alec brought up a great word, how. Like, how did I feel when my dad did this growing up? Oh, I didn't like it. So why are you doing the same thing? guys, we get into a pattern because we repeat what the past did. If we don't, we have to pull our focus to what we're doing in order to change it. Otherwise, we're doomed to repeat history. History just keeps repeating itself because
generational curses come from, just repetitiveness.
Because it's what you're taught, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you were taught to be absent, guess what? If you do not wake up every day saying, I'm going to change that, guess what? You're going to be absent. That's all you know. It's what you learned. So if you're not seeking change, then change will never happen. So guys, I'm telling you, ask those questions. They won't feel good because you are going and asking little DJ. You're going and asking little Alec, how did I feel in those moments? And it's going to bring up some stuff you may have to get therapy for, whatever. But it's going to bring up some stuff like, ooh, I remember my dad did that and I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, oh my gosh, I just did that to Nate yesterday. Oh my gosh, like I can't treat Elijah the way my dad treated me. Like and I'm not saying like my dad was terrible. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying like you're going to find moments where you're repeating stuff that you didn't like when you were a child.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just food for thought. How do I feel when my dad did this, my mom did that, and how am I going to change it for my kids if I didn't like it?
Yep. 100%. I mean, we're talking about good stuff. I feel like we're a broken record at this point. We keep going back to it. If you guys have questions for us about anything we talk about, and you guys are stuck or you want us to go into this more detail, reach out to us. I mean, I am currently a stay-at-home dad. I have nothing but time if you guys want to talk. And just message us on Instagram and I will hit back up. I've been messaging so many freaking people on Instagram. Trying to get, people to be on the podcast and stuff. And side note, we have a potential, to me and DJ at least, a pretty big person potentially coming on the podcast soon, which I am uberly excited about. But yeah, reach out to us and talk to us. That's why we want the freaking community to get started, because we know the struggle and we know what it is being young dads and going through different things and being through depression and suicidal thoughts and all that stuff. So if you guys want to talk to us, we are here. And yeah, we got big plans. Like usually we talk about, so DJ, did you know that mashed potatoes are just Irish guacamole?
Dang it. I'm laughing and coughing. Oh, man. That is good. Yeah, guys. If you want more dad jokes, we'll keep them coming. When I say we, I mean Alec will keep them coming. He is consistent with the
usually
dad
I'm
joke
on top
department.
of it.
Usually. I mean, there's times with a couple weeks ago with Pastor Joe, we didn't have any material prepared for you.
I hit the wall.
But
yeah.
As Alec has said too, plug in. We are all about creating community. We're creating a safe place for parents to come and just like have other parents to talk to. And that's what we're all about. We, to be honest with you, didn't know where this would go. And so we're excited that it has taken many different turns and all for the good.
Yep.
So it actually kind of fits, to be honest with you, when we came up with the name Fatherhood Unscripted. Like if you've been following us from day one, it literally feels like we've been unscripted. And that's just life. We just go with the flow. And we're getting better at going with the flow too. At first we're like, we need to have all this stuff prepared for you guys. But as life happens, we just have things that we think about and we're like, oh, how about we talk about this?
Yep.
And so then we have fun episodes like the Hugh Jackman episode and, have fun with you guys. Yeah. But yeah, I just want to end with that. I just wanted to say plug in, guys, and we're excited to see the community grow. Also, if you like it, please start sharing it because we need more viewers.
Yep.
More listeners. So
we will have a guest next episode. DJ Pastor Samuel will be on, so we're excited about that.
Yep, Samuel Goulet.
Goulet. And then, like I said, we do have a potentially pretty big guest. I don't want to say anything yet because we haven't solidified things, but we're very excited about that one. So, yeah, we will see you guys next week. We hope you have an amazing week, and we're going into March. So next time we talk to you guys, it will be March. So happy third month of the year. So
yep, next time we talk to you, we'll be marching.
Stupid.
All right, guys.
All right,
Take it easy.
See you guys next week. Bye.